Alright, let's try now. Hello. YouTube is working. Twitch is working. Am I a professional streamer? Look at that. We're in there. What's up, friends? How we doing? Also, I totally forgot the one thing I was supposed to do. Maybe I'm not a professional streamer. 2 seconds. Hopefully this doesn't explode everything. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, NVIDIA control panel, please. NVIDIA, you literally have one job, and that's to open the damn control panel when I tell you to. Well, hopefully it'll be fine. What's up, friends? How we doing? It is Thursday, and we're quite late compared to my normal 5 o'clock start time. However, we're here now, and that's what matters. NVIDIA container. Is this computer even trying to open the control panel? I have no idea. But last week we started this druid, this werewolf companion druid we got going on, and it's pretty neat. It's got pretty wild single target. Oh, I can do it from here. Okay, that works. Seems like the stream may not have exploded. Okay. So yeah, we started this werewolf companion druid last week, and it has some pretty crazy single target, but the problem is we just have the werewolves, and like they don't have any AoE, they just have to hit every last little thing, so it kind of takes a while to clear stuff, which is not ideal. So the goal has been to try and get Hurricane to do enough damage to clear the little things, and then the wolves can just focus on like the elites and stuff without having to spend too much time whacking like little tiny zombies. But Hurricane, turns out, like, I'm doing all of this non-physical scaling because I have lightning wolves from Storm's Companion. Wolf companions are infused with the power of the storm, dealing lightning damage and gaining storm abilities. So they scale off non-physical damage and lightning and stuff like that. So I was like, great, my wolves scale off lightning damage. Hurricane scales off of lightning damage. It all works out, but this whole time Hurricane's been doing like no damage at all. And I was like, why is this happening to me? Hurricane is a physical spell for some reason. It took me forever to see that little tag in the bottom right that says physical damage on it, but now I know. And yeah, I'm quite upset, but there's not really much for it. I'm not really sure what to do about it. One option may be to give up on Hurricane entirely and try and pick a different spell. One may be to just try and deal with it. Oh yeah, I think what I was trying to do was I was trying to find lucky hit effects that could proc often from all of the hurricanes we have going on, because it does seem like kind of a waste to have all these werewolves, to have all the werewolves, to have the ability to put hurricanes on them. Now, hello werewolves, please, oh my fuck, do something. Don't get all stuck at the border of town. What are you doing? This is why companions and minions in this game are ass, by the way. Yeah, the idea was to try and get lightning bolts to proc off of Hurricane. That does like if those lightning bolts from Hurricane do single target or do physical damage, I will lose my mind. But I'm pretty sure they do lightning damage. Reasonably sure. So the idea was to hopefully get lucky hit chance and proc those, because there's a couple effects on the Druid skill tree that are like, on lucky hit, and get a lightning bolt. And there are some aspects we might be able to swap in at some point that are also affecting lightning bolt. I'm not sure how useful those actually are or how much room I actually have for them. However, it's something we'll certainly give a look at some point. I mean, look at that. How could we give up the hurricanes? You know? This is Florida representation right here. I can't give that up. Oh yeah, we're also running the rune word for wolf companions. Just because I thought it was fun. I thought that sounded funny. That's one. That's two. And three. What? That did 6 damage to my companion? Sick. Yeah, we're doing Helltide just because I didn't really have anything else in mind to do right away. Last time we were farming little bosses at the very end of the stream to try and find some of the uniques I need. We did get Ancestral on both of the ones I wanted, however, we didn't get wolves there, and we did not get like attack speed there, I think. Hey, you got the Shroud, let's go. Congratulations. It works on like 90% of builds if I remember right. +1 to all passives is insane. It's just whether or not your build has something it really needs a different chest piece for. That's kind of like the one thing I think that, or the one question that could decide whether or not a build actually wants it. I forgot I wanted a Imperial's Might for the other build, the Rogue. But I just haven't really been doing stuff that is going to give me tons of legendary runes. Kind of forgot about my ult till exactly this moment. Well, that was nice. Mystery box is way the hell up there. We go again. I don't want to see if I can survive this all the way to the end. I really have no idea where my recovery comes from, but I have quite a bit of it, it seems, because this tower does like nothing to me. Yeah, the tornadoes themselves are doing like 1,000 damage a tick. And we're not really seeing a whole ton of lightning bolts. Like, I think I saw 2 in the entire duration of that hurricane. There's 2 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well that's quite a bit when they're actually hitting stuff. I haven't been paying attention to what the lightning bolt damage actually is though. It's hard to keep track of where lightning strikes. Yeah, maybe less than 1 million. Yeah, I think it's like 700k to like 1.5 million. Which is kind of surprising. It's like higher than I would have expected. Kind of thought we'd be needing like shitloads of lightning bolts going off all the time to get it to be useful at all. Arner! One shot the Harbinger. Let's just open boxes. Why go all the way up to the mystery box immediately? Is there really a need to do that? I don't think so. Honestly, one of the things we probably should do is spam a bit for glyphs, and because glyphs give lots of uniques. I'm sorry, give lots of legendaries. And we kind of still need like to improve our legendaries. I don't really have very good ancestrals, I don't think. I do have entirely ancestrals at this point, but like my weapon, I think, can have quite a bit of improvement. Don't really remember what exactly I was fishing for there, but I do remember wanting to fix it. You're so mean. It's Jason Heckborn. Yo, is that? Oh, that's the Harby. It's a lot of Harbies. That's not who I was supposed to. There we go. Thought I was gonna die to that explosion, not gonna lie. I kind of want to see a lightning bolt proc off of the Werewolf's Hurricane specifically. Not 100% certain that'll work. Then again, even with the radius increase we have, the Werewolf Hurricanes are still pretty small, and if the Werewolf is that close to the enemy, there's a real good chance it's about to rip its face off. So it's kind of hard to keep track of that kind of thing. Well, they just happened over here. Well, that was nice. Also, at some point, I'm gonna need to farm up Dusty, but it's gonna feel really bad farming up Dusty on this character and not on the Rogue. Because farming on this site is like 15 times faster in Torment 4 than it is in Torment 3. Let's do this. That one doesn't have a hurricane. He left his at home. Trying to spot lightning bolts off of the hurricanes, or the werewolf hurricanes again, but I'm not really seeing them. Oh, I think I saw one up there. Down there for sure. Okay, so it is possible. I think it should still count as my hurricane, even though it's on the werewolves. The wording kind of suggests that. And that'll do it. That's what I mean when I say the single target's crazy. Resource cost reduction. Well, hello there. Got another one of these. Let's go. What other abilities do we have? Oops. Honestly, maybe I should try and fit tornadoes. They replace the birds. But if I want tornadoes, I would have to use an aspect even. Probably offensive. But we could put it right there. Wait, tornadoes physical damage too. What the hell? It's like, if it's not explicitly lightning, it's physical, I guess. So tornado's out. Storm Strike, I think, is kind of useless too. Also, I really don't want to be in human form. Kind of would rather stay in werewolf form. Maybe it's rabies. We'll do the spread distance instead. But I'm not sure how effective that is, because we're really not scaling poison damage at all. Let's just see what this looks like. Five minutes in the heck tide, we gotta keep schmoving. Ah, shit. I stepped out of it. I mean, the rabies is kind of helping, I think. Also, I was wondering, I saw something about my werewolves being able to spread rabies, but I don't know if that means they... Like, it jumps to them like normal enemies, or like it jumps to normal enemies, or it just means they can, like, activate it, they can trigger it by attacking things. I have no idea. Where is that? don't remember. Either way, where's a box? We need to spend our stuff in Giggity, get the hell out of here. I mean, there are some pretty spicy poisons going on these monsters, or at least the elites. Good enough, we'll throw away 100s and it's like it's nothing. Not a... Two-handed weapons. Not an ancestral insight. Not an ancestral insight. What are those? Whoa. Max roll moon rage. Kind of huge. Max roll changeling's debt. Critical strikes with shred deal a bunch of the damage dealt as lightning damage to the target and surrounding enemies. That's shred, right? Kinda neat. We may try that just because it, like, clears my problem. Although I don't really want, I personally do not want to be the one in charge of clearing. Like, I kind of want the minions to do it. You know? Rabies. Your wolf companions are now werewolf companions. Yeah, oh yeah, it's the one we rely on for the werewolves. Which is there. I assume it means they spread it like normal monsters, like the rabies jumps to them and then it jumps off of them. You deal increased damage to enemies affected by it. Not bad. Shred. Critical strikes with shred. What is my crit chance? 27.9, probably not enough. Well, add 100 spirit your werewolves. Werewolf skills deal increased damage until you go below 30 spirit. Well, if I never go below 30 spirit, that's not a terrible thing. That's a resource one, which is only amulet. Only amulets and rings. What about Poisson? Anything else that I'm not thinking of? Your lightning bolts deal more damage and stun for 2 seconds. Don't care about Direwolf. Lightning Storm and Lightning Bolt critical strikes have a 50% chance to spawn 3 Dancing Bolts that seek enemies in the area dealing lightning damage. Dancing Bolts deal 30% increased damage. Moonrage I need to upgrade. Oh, up to a chance when dealing lightning damage to overload the target for 3 seconds, causing any direct damage you deal to them to pulse a bunch of damage to surrounding enemies. Maybe that's the one. Wolves is a storm skill. Critical strikes with storm skills cause lightning bolts to periodically strike close enemies for 3 seconds, each dealing damage. Your lightning bolt damage is increased by 15%. Multiplicative for every 100 willpower you have. That's kind of insane. That one might win out over the other one we were talking about. We need to upgrade Moonrage. $35 to $31. Let's try that out, see what happens. Hectide has just returned. Perfect timing. Not my favorite zone for it, but not the worst. Maybe it is the worst. I don't know. There's only like 6 options. I'm seeing a lot more lightning bolts. I'll go in there and deal with that. Still not particularly fast. Probably a bit faster than it was before. Not that fast. There's no way I can give up Moonrage. Why is the spirit cost of shred 0? Not sure what caused that, but kind of neat. I actually forgot. We were using the core skill. I thought it was the basic one. Did that champion even, yeah, that should just be a whisper, right? Maybe I did it already. I'm gonna go back down. I think we're gonna have to give up the glove aspect. Because I think if we want real clear off of this lightning stuff, we need either the dancing bolt one or the other one we were looking at right before we found Runeworker's Conduit. Which I've already forgotten what it was. It was dancing. Lightning Storm and Lightning Bolt critical strikes have a 50% chance to spawn dancing bolts that seek enemies and deal increased damage. I don't remember. I think it was a lucky hit of some kind. No, not that one. What is this one? It was right above Runeworker's Conduit. Overcharge. When dealing lightning damage, overload the target for 3 seconds, causing direct damage you deal to them to pulse. Now let's try that over Stampede. We lose a big chunk of damage off that, but it might be worthwhile. We'll see if the clear makes up for the loss of damage. So far, I'm not optimistic about the word clear. Well, now that we're kind of getting there. I'd like to see an overcharged enemy. What's their lucky hit chance? 72%. I don't know if that applies to the wolves' basic attacks or like the active ability. I mean, our damage is, our single target damage is still pretty good. That's one thing. Clear is still not that great, but I'm like, yeah, it does seem quite a bit better. Yeah, it didn't quite one-shot that, but also still died in one ability. It was like, it just took all of the wolves instead of like 3 of them. We're gonna have to make our way over there. Let's, before we continue, let's go back to town and try a lightning dancer. Because we are getting a lot of lightning bolts. That may be a little more reliable than the lucky hit. But then again, it's a lightning bolt crits. And a 50% chance at that. So there's like 3 layers of shit to cause dancing bolts to not spawn. Oh, there's some. There's some. Or maybe if I just stack more crit chance than what I currently have, we'll be okay. I have a lot of wolf crit chance on my gear. But that doesn't really apply to lightning bolts now, does it? Yeah, we'll probably keep dancing bolts. If we start doing bossing and find my single target kind of sucks, then we can just swap the glove aspect back to of the stampede. That's like undeniably a better single target aspect. But we're still one-tapping elites, so I guess that's fine. We did start the thing, right? Where's the bad guys? I will just kill the thing in 2 hits with while it had the damage reduction aura on. Kind of insane. Yeah, our single target's still alright. But yeah, I think probably what we have to do is stack up generic critical strike chance. Which, if I do stack it high enough, I can change all these wolf tempers, the wolf crit tempers. There were other options that I kind of liked. I think it was like wolf attack speed that I ended up giving up because I wanted as close to 100% crit as possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, good timing. We'll just let the wolves figure that out. What's this? Definitely don't need that anymore. Hey, rude. Let's do it again. I worked very hard for that. Can't you tell? Should put that back. This is a pretty cool looking build, not gonna lie. I took that. I don't think my wolves even got to her. Heck, go again. There's that at least. How many more favor tokens before that stops popping up? 2 more? We're almost done. Thank God. Oh, there's another one. Oh no, that's the same one. I'm sure everything's fine outside. Yeah, we got her. It was definitely slower than before, though. I have enough for another one. We go again. Don't think I care about rabies, honestly. If we don't care about that, then we kind of don't need the poison damage at all. Put that in there. I think my werewolf's damage probably counts as being distant. Oh no, favorite token, Cap. Don't you threaten me with a good time. Alright, I'm out of stuff. Let's go spend. I think we can afford just about everything. By that I mean like 2 mystery boxes. But I'm not gonna go for the mystery boxes. I think I'd rather just put that on there, even if we don't have any points in it. Boo! There's a lot of boxes out here. Another light weaponry lamp. Is there another one? Sure is. think I've opened every box. Oh, there's 2 up there, but I don't know if I want to go up there. Let's move on to the other zone. And by that I mean open 1 box in the other zone. And you know what? Maybe we should just empty out while we're here. And while we're taking a brief aside from the Helltide, I'm gonna get up and stretch my legs real quick. Just like 5 minutes, because it's been an hour, and I should get in the habit of doing that at least that often. We do want to get this stuff up here. I should keep that active. Yep. Alright. I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you're enjoying. If you are not already, make sure you smack the follow button. If you're watching on Twitch, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like I said, I'll be back in like 5 minutes, and when we come back, I will find out where to spend these damn 5 points. Yay. All right, friends, we made it. Sorry about that. So, about these 5 points that we freed up. And I'm not even sure if that's all we should have freed up. That would be the one. Alright. Let's take a minute and actually figure this out. Maximum Spirit, don't care about. Got all the points in Shred. I got that where I want. Don't use any defensive skill. Well, I guess Bloodhound is a defensive skill, so we could actually take Backlash now. Since I put that on my bar. Kind of want to get rid of the Ravens too. Generates 20 spirit, you deal increased damage until you shapeshift out of werewolf form. I wonder if that bonus damage applies to my companions as well. But I think I'd rather have the attack speed. Just because if the werewolves do have to hit the small enemies, we want to get through that animation faster. And on to the next one, you know? I have no idea what's causing freeze, but I'll take it. I still had 2 points left. Oops. I don't know about that. Take it. Damage reduction. Why not? Well. Alright, favorite token cap reached. Does that mean it'll stop popping that up, or will it keep popping up the thing that says you could have had a favor token had you spent it? If it does, I'm gonna be quite upset. 125, we need 11 more. Don't really want to do a Blood Maiden. I think we'll probably open this box and then go do pits, because I want glyph levels. Alright, that's enough Hell Tidings for today. Or for now, at least. We'll do some pit runs and see if we can get some glyph levels. Probably not gonna make it at tier 75. We can, however, try like tier 30 or something. Seems reasonable. Right, I forgot we took all the points out of that. Please get rid of it. Please go away. Oh, remove. Why is it not removable? Oh, because we're in a pit, that's why. For some reason, we can't do that. Druid can be really versatile. But yeah, they do have a lot of options. I was counting through like the different types of like build archetypes they have support for, and it's actually kind of insane compared to the other classes. Second favorite character. Hell yeah. I really like the idea of Druid. I just, for some reason, I don't play it often, like all that often. This is like probably only the second Druid I've ever done, but the first one I did was like the first character I ever did in like when Diablo 4 launched. And for some reason, it's taken me forever to get back to trying it out. That's it. This is a pretty fun build. It's just got some problems we're trying to work our way through, but I'm confident we'll get it worked out. If we can just get a little bit more clear damage, we'll be good. It's like our damage is clearly good enough for this level, but it takes a while to just kill through everything because the damage is so single target oriented that we can walk up and 2-tap the boss. But we just have to be able to kill monsters fast enough to get here in less than 4 minutes. That would be ideal. But the thing that'll help with that is leveling glyphs. So that's what we're actually here for. Didn't get nothing out of the legendaries. But yeah, I like how many different options the Druid has, but I feel like it kind of hurts it in a way. Because particularly on the Paragon boards, there's like one board for each archetype almost, and then like a little bit of support that kind of works between the build archetypes on a couple boards, and then that's it. It's like, what is it? You can kind of see it easiest on the key passes. So there's storm spells, earth and storm spells, earth spells, companions, werewolf, bear, and then shape-shifting. Like 7 different build options, and then you only have like 8 or 9 different boards. I think it's 8. So it's like there's one very specific one for each of them, and then you kind of have to like do your best to find something useful from the other boards for whatever of those build options you choose. And that's probably my biggest complaint about that kind of thing. Really, Druid should just get like 30 board options, so all of the types of builds can have 8 options each. Is that too much to ask? I will say though, as rough as this build's clear is, the single target damage is actually like just as nutty. The wolves are pretty damn strong individually. They just got no AoE, which that would be like the ideal thing. If we could have an aspect that gave the wolves cleave for like 10% of their damage. It doesn't even have to be a lot. Like, that would probably make this like that one thing alone would make this build feel like 20,000% better. Unfortunately, that would be too easy. Blizzard must hate furries. Maybe. Probably not though. It's probably a pretty large percentage of their fan base. I mean, they have what? How many furry races in WoW these days? It's like Volpera, pandas. I'm sorry, foxes, pandas, wolves. You got druids, so you can have bears and cats. Seals, if you're into that. What else? There's too many options, dude. So I don't know if they hate furries, but they certainly don't want to give Druid an easy time clearing stuff, that's for sure. Although this build or this tier took like 1 or 2 minutes longer. Our damage was notably slower, but not so much slower that it felt terrible. Then how come these wolves have no cleaves? You know what? You've got a point. Objection sustained. The case is decided. Let's see if we can open Torment 3. I don't want to farm at Torment 3 right now. We have exactly 0 masterworking done. But it'd be cool if we could open it up. I should not have walked through that door. Owie. It's interesting that Warwick in League of Legends also doesn't have AoE skills. So what you're saying is it's a conspiracy. This is a corporate collusion to keep effective area damage out of the hands of furries. It might be. And next you'll tell me birds are government drones. I'd have no option but to believe you. dude. And I think our damage is still solid enough to get through this so long as I don't walk into a room full of monsters and die. Owie. Owie. I have one job, and it's to not do exactly what I just did. Wonder if we'll get a shape-shifting druid in PoE2. Yeah, that's we will. It's confirmed, 100%. They will not even have. It's. We already know they will not be given weapons, or rather, it's kind of like they shapeshift for Infernalist, where your weapons don't apply in the form. Shapeshifting be a skill gem? Probably, yeah. I believe there will be several kinds of forms. I sincerely hope they're not locked only behind the Ascendancy. That would be really silly. Especially because there are already nodes on the skill tree for like shape-shifting damage, which is useless because there's no abilities for that. Yep, boss, zero problem whatsoever. Well, we opened Torment 3 with 0 masterworking and terribly leveled glyphs, so I suspect this build has pretty good potential to get pretty comfy in Torment 4. But what do we have for these? 603 armor, that's a real problem. That's probably a big portion of the problem. A big part of the reason I got so close to dying there. The problem with going for masterworking is I don't really have gear I care about. Like I got all ancestral, but I think a lot of them are from opening the boxes at the beginning, and they're not anywhere close to ideal. We just haven't farmed all that much on this character to get good greater affixes and everything. I kind of want to try a Nightmare Dungeon on Torment 3. I said we shouldn't farm on Torment 3, but now I kind of just want to try it. That boss was really easy. Hello. Howie. Wait, do I have... I do have an increased armor incense on too. That means we're real low if it's only 600 with all that. Man, now that you mention it, PL, I really hope shapeshifting is a skill gem. Because if it's just Druid only, I'll be kind of bummed. Yeah, still 3 Omnisite for like Omnisite drop. Thing is, in Torment 4, that's like 15. And then Torment 3 or lower, it's real small numbers. Part of the reason for that is because for like Masterworking 1 through 8, you only need like a really small amount of Omnisite. And then 9 through 12 is where it starts getting expensive, which is like Torment 4. Like by the time you're pushing all that on your gear, you should be doing relatively okay in Torment 4, I think. Or at least that's the idea. But kind of wish it was a little more kind of linear, I guess. You get one amount on Torment 1, like double that on Torment 2, double that again on Torment 3, and then double that again. Or, you know, some multiplier like that that just does not feel, or that does not make it feel like shit to farm on the site at a lower tier. I don't know how much Omnisite we had when we started, so I can't rightly say how much we're getting here. Turns out we were sitting on 7,200, or about 7,000 of it. Did not realize I had that much banked up. We should probably spend some of it, if not all of it. Oh, a helmet. It could have been wolves. I don't necessarily hate that. The greater affix on my current helmet is ravens, which is quite useless. The hell is this? Phases in my nightmare dungeon, boss? What the hell? Who thought that was a good idea? Fess up right now. Forgot we were supposed to claim all this. I'm poor. Never mind. I kind of want the willpower though. Like I like lucky hit, but also willpower is pretty good. Maybe I'm biased. Well, let's try tempering it first. What did we have on here? Total armor plus wolves attack speed. Decent enough. What is nature's resolve? Probably not any of these. Nature's reach. Chance to instruct to fortify for a percentage of your life. Yeah, I kind of don't care about that. Kinda don't care. What I do care about is having armor. As we learned on the other character, dodge is cool too, but only in large quantities. Please, I'm begging. Oh, I do have one. Nice. Why the hell I can't use that while I have that interface open, I have no idea. It's just a 3 and it's a 1 in 3. Like it can't be that bad, right? Right? Unfortunately, we did lose 1%, but oh well. Spirit bond. Bond. I don't know how to spell. Please. Anything at all. Oh. You know why it's not in there? It's because this is the only copy of that I've found. I don't have it yet. Feels bad to delete a +4 to anything helmet or like piece of gear, but I need the aspect. Yeah, alright. My armor is quite bad. Now what do we masterwork first? Probably this? Oh yeah, I need to reroll that lucky hit chance. Should be willpower. I might put it on armor instead. Just because I'm desperate. It's slightly better. Now when I masterwork that, my life will get easier. That's good. That works too. Hit the wolves. That's not the wolves. Hit the wolves. That is technically partially the wolves. We'll go for it, I guess. We'll go with it, I guess. Probably should have reset after that. Werewolf attack speed. We don't use lupine ferocity, that's why we should have reset after the first one. We'll leave it for now. I have 5 temper charges left on this. We should reroll that hurricane size into wolf attack speed. This also has 3 tempers on it. Let's go. Those both have Hurricane CDR on them, so they're entirely useless. Feels bad, man. I kind of want to get rid of that primary resource lucky hit thing, but I feel like it's the only thing that's giving me spirit back. And shred doesn't really do anything, but I kind of like hitting the button anyways, so I might just leave it. More digitigrade gate. Let's go. Are we hitting move speed cap with this one? These wolves are gonna be fast as fuck. That's not ideal. Maybe we should hold off on masterworking the rings while they have the hurricane stuff on them. Willpower is good. We get lots of bonus lightning bolt damage with that. If we're gonna do T3 on anything, it should be those. Oh, what are we up to on Digitigrade Gate? 18? What is the move speed cap? There it is, 131. I don't know if I believe that that's the real number. Oh, yeah, because I'm not a werewolf right now for some reason, despite being, like, werewolf being my actual form. Right, that on the floor, that place is shit. Oh, I'm fast as fuck. Yep, move speed cap. We're 18% over it. Whee! If only that applied to my minions. Yeah, we... Still have no idea what's freezing these enemies, but I'll take it. Boots. +2 to boulder. Man. I don't remember where the boss is, or the next place is, at least. Yeah, it looks promising. How much shock lance is too much shock lance? That'll do. Got up to 500 there. I think we got like 400 out of that dungeon, which is like nothing compared to what we get in Torment 4. Which is kind of making me want to do more bits to get glyph levels so we can get closer to handling Torment 4. Although I think we're still a long ways off from that. We have some masterworking, so I guess we should check and see how much faster we get through tier 40. It was taking like 7 minutes before. Let's try again, shall we? Also, we had no armor last time I went through this, so things were a little dicey. Owie. Did not like that. Halfway through in 2.5 minutes. That should be a good bit faster than of the last time. That used to be a petrify, turns out it's a stun now. I'm quite alright with that. Damn, we got some really shitty layouts this time. Less than 5 minutes. Let's see if we can kill a boss in that 30 seconds. Probably. I think it was less than 5 seconds. Nice, nice. I don't remember what these do, honestly. Which one do we prioritize? Increase lightning damage, bonus magic nodes, bonus to rare nodes, crit damage, and companion skills. Wolves are nature magic? What the hell? Cool. I guess that's part of being a storm skill. I'll probably prioritize the magic nodes one just because I think that kind of effect is the most fun. It's all gonna be kind of comparable, I think. We go again. Question is, if we get better layouts, do we go faster? Or is it just layouts I don't like and they didn't actually slow me down all that much? this gonna end up being a little slower or the exact same time? Probably a little slower unless it does that thing where it magically fills up the bar. Yeah. Unfortunate. But still not that much slower. Maybe I should have cleared this big open room rather than the outer edges with the tiny rooms. Probably a tactical error on my part. We can still beat 5 minutes. It's her. Never mind. Ooh, unless. Yay. We did. 4 minutes 59 seconds. Easy peasy. Let's focus on the things that give me 2 levels. How about that? That would probably be most efficient. Alright. It's been a short stream, but we started really late. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. And then come back tomorrow. Well, properly on time at 5 p.m. Eastern US time, as usual. Unfortunately, I had some other stuff come up, and I had to deal with it. But that should not be the case tomorrow. So, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did not already, make sure you smack the follow button if you're watching on Twitch, the like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, actually. And yeah, we'll keep this going. Probably do more pits, get those glyphs. At least into the 20s or 30s, if not up to 46. We'll see. We'll see. But, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you have yourselves a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.